It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The Save Our Williams River Coalition is stepping up opposition to dam proposals being once again considered for the Dungog Shire. The group led the charge to have the ill-fated Tilligra Dam scrapped in 2010. Hunter Water is putting forward Limeburners Creek and the Upper Chichester as potential options for new dams as the state government looks to future-proof the region from the impacts of drought. However, the group says dams are expensive and environmentally harmful, as well as detrimental to local agriculture, and Hunter Water should instead look at water recycling and harvesting. The state opposition is calling on the government to follow Victoria's lead and invest $100 million in the recycling industry throughout the Hunter and New South Wales. Although New South Wales has the highest waste levy in the country, only 20% of the $800 million in annual revenue is currently spent on recycling and waste reduction. Shadow Environment Minister Kate Washington says investment will create jobs, improve environmental outcomes and reinforce positive attitudes towards the recycling industry.
It's really important that we can actually demonstrate that people's choices that they're making to recycle their products is actually being recycled. They need to have confidence in the system, and at the moment that confidence is waning because our industry is struggling to meet the demand.
University of Newcastle Vice-Chancellor Alex Zielinski says he's committed to ensuring all staff are properly paid. It comes after apparent errors were uncovered in the payment of 42 casual staff over a 6-year period, amounting to $64,000. The errors stem from the correct application of penalty rates and has prompted an urgent review. Staff who've been underpaid will receive back pay plus interest. New South Wales Labor will hold a shadow cabinet meeting at Singleton today. It's the second regional meeting this month following a visit to Tumut. Labor leader Jodie McKay says she expects the long-awaited Singleton and Muswellbrook bypasses will be high on the list for discussion.
The government has made certain commitments in regard to that. We actually worked with the federal government during the election to make sure both were fully funded. So I can tell you that our Shadow Minister for Roads will be working with both councils in getting an understanding about where these projects are up to. The local member made a commitment to deliver, and we'll be keeping him honest on that.
Locals currently attending the Newcastle breakfast event at Next Wests will be given an insight into the future of the Hunter. The breakfast, hosted by the Hunter Research Centre, will be exploring recent findings from the CSIRO and how they'll affect our region. The organisation's lead economist, Anthea Bill, says anyone interested but unable to attend the event can find the information being presented online.
They can download the report online from the CSIRO. I think the National Australia Bank also have it on their website. We'll be placing Paul's presentation on the website along with my presentation, and quite often we have some transcripts from the panel discussion available online as well.
More than 6,000 competitors will converge on Blacksmiths Beach over the next 2 weeks for the Surf Lifesaving Championships. It all starts with the Nippers this weekend. Lake Macquarie Council says the event attracts up to 15,000 visitors and generates between $7 and $10 million in tourism revenue.
2NURFM Sport.
The Jets W League side have been handed the wooden spoon by Adelaide United after losing 2-1 to the club last night. The Jets needed to win or draw the match in order to avoid the bottom of the ladder, but finished last due to goal difference. Tegan Collister equalised the game in the 37th minute, but the squad couldn't hold their defence during the second half. The disappointment followed Newcastle's 7-0 defeat against Melbourne Victory last Sunday. Former Cronulla Sharks hooker Jayden Brayley admits moving to the Newcastle Knights was the perfect option for his style of footy. The 23-year-old played his first match for the Knights last weekend and is looking forward to more game time in tomorrow's trial against the Sydney Roosters. Brayley says he's loved the transition and culture of the club and is aiming to play 80 minutes for most weeks. Meanwhile, Broncos coach Anthony Seibold says he'd love to have Knights fullback Kalen Ponga in his side, but admits the club can't afford him. And the winning numbers in Powerball are 16, 24, 31, 9, 17, 22 and 1, and the Powerball number is 2. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.